Let's look at the defects in timber. Defects can occur in timber at various stages, principally during the growing period and during the conversion and seasoning process. Defects affect the quality, reduce the quantity of useful wood, reduce the strength, spoil the appearance, and favor its decay. First, we have defects due to abnormal growth. Checks are a longitudinal crack, which are usually normal to the annual rings. These adversely affect the durability of timber because they readily admit moisture and air. Or we can have shakes. These are the longitudinal separation in the wood between the annual rings. They can come up in different forms. A ringdal is characterized by swelling caused by the growth of layers of sapwood over wounds after the branch has been cut off in an irregular manner. Knots are bases of twigs or branches buried in cambial activity by the mother branch. The root of the branch is embedded in the stem with the formation of annual rings at right angles to those of the stem. According to the forms of the knots, there can be a round knot, as seen in the picture, or a round knot exposed by sewing lengthwise, which is called a spike knot. The quality of knots can be classified: sound knot, decayed knot, encased knot. Sound knot is the best one. It's as hard and solid as the wood surrounding. Decayed knot contains advanced decay and is softer than the surrounding wood. Encased knot, the annual rings fail to grow into the fibers of the surrounding wood. According to the occurrence of knots, there can be a single knot when wood fibers deflect around one knot, a cluster of knots when wood fibers deflect about two or more knots as a unit, or a branch knot, two or more knots radiating from a common center. Defects due to abnormal growth can be an end split. These are caused by greater evaporation of sap at the end grains of a log. Twisted fibers are caused by wind constantly turning the trunk of the young tree in one direction. Now let's look at the defects due to conversion. Conversion is the term used to describe the process whereby the felled tree is converted into marketable sizes of timber. Conversion defects are basically due to unsound practice in milling or attempts to economize during conversion of timber. A vein occurs in timber which contains, in one or more faces, part of the bark or the rounded periphery of the trunk. Excessive slope of grains may also be classed as a conversion defect when conversion has not been done parallel to the axis of the trunk. Defects due to seasoning are directly caused by the movement which occurs in timber due to changes in moisture content. Excessive or uneven drying, exposure to wind and rain, and poor stacking during seasoning can all produce distortions in timber. A warpage consists of cupping, twisting, and bowing. Disease of timber includes dry rot. It is the composition of felled timber caused by the action of various fungi. The fungus reduces fibers to fine powder and the timber loses its strength. Or we can have wet rot. When timber is subjected to alternate wet and dry conditions, the composition of tissues takes place. This is not caused by fungal attack. Timber does not deteriorate by pure aging. It is, however, affected by destructive elements, such as weathering, chemical attack, fungi, insects, or rodents. Wood is essentially an organic substance made up of a skeleton of cellulose impregnated with lignin. The organic substances are susceptible to attack by both bacteria and fungi. Bacteria are the smallest of living organisms and do not cause any serious damage to timber, except for some discolorations. Fungi are a system of plant of organisms which live in attack timber, causing rot and decay. Termites, or white ants, are the most destructive of all insect agencies. They are small, social insects which form vast colonies and completely excavate the wood at the center, leaving the outer shell intact. Beetles are small insects and they cause rapid decay of timber by converting them into fine powder.